Welcome, Abby and Drew, Christy and Kellen, and family and loved ones from far away. We are gathered here today on the ancestral homeland of the Coast Salish peoples, surrounded by the beauty of creation and nurtured by the sights and sounds of nature to celebrate the joining of Abigail Lynn Russell and Joseph Andrew Watley in marriage. You've made it. We're here. You've imagined this day, where it would be, what you would wear, who you would be with for many months, and all your choices have come to this moment in time. March 3rd, 2021 at 1:16 p.m. on San Juan Island in the Pacific Northwest. Being in this moment with you both is truly sacred. Getting here hasn't only been a series of logistical choices, though. What has brought you together has been a series of life choices, big and small, that have formed who you are and who you want to spend your life with. So today is a celebration of all those choices leading to now, a celebration of love, of commitment, of friendship, of family, and of two very special people who have chosen each other as life partners. You arrived here today as individuals, but you will leave here as husband and wife, blending your lives, expanding your family ties, and embarking upon the grandest adventure of all. I'm here, we're all here, to hope with you, to support you, to be proud of you, and to remind you that love isn't happily ever after. Love is the experience of writing your story. It's not one moment, it's every moment. Big ones, like saying, I love you for the first time. Moving in together during a worldwide pandemic. Getting engaged. Buying a house. But mostly, writing your story is a million little moments that come in between the big moments. Falling asleep next to one another, walking the dog even though it's not your turn, making dinner together, creating your own holiday traditions, or not, going on errands that turn into adventures, getting a big hug when you get home from work. These little everyday moments fuse together into one big experience. And experiencing all these small and monumental moments, you've made your choice. And each of you is choosing the other. You've chosen to be with someone who enriches your life, who makes you think, makes you laugh, lets you be yourself just as you are, and makes every day brighter. Today you declare your commitment to each other before us and in this perfect setting. It is an act of great faith in each other and in the institution of marriage. You have each written a letter to express what is in your heart today. Abby, would you like to read yours first?
Sitting down to write this letter has been harder than I thought it would be. There are so many things it feels important to say to you, and I can't seem to make them all fit in one letter. I guess that's why we're committing to a lifetime of learning to say I love you. So rather than write something perfect, I'll settle for something true. When I first met you, nothing about you said life partner to me. This loud Texan I met was nothing like the man I had imagined I would spend my life with. That changed. My life had left me with a skewed and complicated perception of love and the kind of person I thought I wanted or needed in my life. But from day one, it seemed to be your goal to challenge my expectations and love me in all the ways I didn't know I needed. Despite my very clear memory of you telling me you loved me only 2 months after our first date, I don't remember the first time that I actually said I loved you. What I do remember was the process of falling in love with you as I learned to see who you really were. I saw your devotion when you bought a journal to record and remember our life together from day one. I saw your persistence as you fought for us when I gave up. I saw your patience every time you held me when I cried. And I saw your unconditional love for your family and for me as you have loved and served us all. Without asking them. I don't think I understood unconditional love from time at you. You've taught me that love is in the little things and doesn't need to be complicated. I'm proud of you. And I'm so excited to be married to you. To build a home with you and raise a family with you. Over the last 2 years, I've gotten to know you and love you as my best friend. And I can't wait to know you and love you as my husband.
I love that. Dearest Abby, here on our wedding day, I'm reminded of the hike we took 2 years ago today on one of our first dates. I learned so much about you that day, like the depths of your faith and your love of nature. It's one of the first times I saw you, rather than my conception of you. When we met, I was drawn to you by perceived superficial similarities, like our work, prior studies. Starting on that hike, over the next 2 years, I realized that what I love about you are the contrasts. I love the patience and the empathy you provide when I lack it. I love your practicality and organization when my head is in the clouds. I love your serious introspection, no matter how flippant I try to appear. What I love the most, though, is the laughter. How we can run into these contrasts, and instead of disappointment, anger, or frustration, they end with us laughing at ourselves. I will never tire of that laughter. This is your last avenue to escape. To me, it shows not unseriousness, but the humility and openness we approach each day together. It's been an eventful 2 years, with cross-country trips and global pandemics. Our journey continues with our wedding and a new home, start shortly to come. That will surely be the beginning of new adventures, with ups and downs. When I think of that future, there's no one I would rather approach it with. No one whose joy or excitement I'd rather see. No one whose fear I can allay or confidence bolster. On another hike along that same river, I remember sitting and talking about the future. What I told you then, I know to be true today. Life will have rapids and rocks in our path that will cause pain or push us. No matter what is in our path or where it pushes us, we will always face it and come out together.
Kellen is there if you'd like to give him the book. Hearing your heartfelt words to one another, it's obvious that you hold many of the same things dear. Family, patience, growth, nature, balance, and laughter. I also hear that you are willing to hold precious what is important to the other. Today, in this exquisite moment of time, you are expressing what is important to you and what you love about each other, and you are getting ready to make promises to each other and also to yourselves, for you're the only ones that can keep those promises. My hope is that you always hold dear and remember this passion, innocence, devotion, and delight you feel at this moment, and that you call on it often, because it takes a lifetime of love, commitment, and compromise to make marriage resilient and everlasting. And it is so worth it. If you are ready to make these promises to each other, I invite you now to face each other and declare your intentions, the vows you have chosen to write. And Drew, whenever you're ready, you can begin.
I, Joseph Andrew Watley, take you, Abigail Lynn Russell, to be my wife, unconditionally and completely. And with my life, I promise you this. I promise to respect you in all things, to love you at all times, and encourage you always. I promise to fight with you and for you, but never against you. I will do my best to always make our house a home and to raise our family with devotion and loyalty. I promise to fail you, and I promise to learn to love you better from my mistakes. I promise to grow with you, adventure with you, and by the grace of God, stand by your side through the best and worst of what is yet to come, for as long as we live.
I, Abigail Lynn Russell, take you, Joseph Andrew Watley, to be my husband unconditionally and completely. And with my life, I promise you this. I promise to respect you in all things, to love you at all times, and to encourage you always. I promise to fight with you and for you, but never against you. I will do my best to always make our house a home and to raise our family with devotion and loyalty. I promise to fail you, and I promise to learn to love you better from my mistakes. I promise to grow with you, adventure with you, and by the grace of God, stand by your side through the best and worst of what is yet to come, for as long as we live.
By reciting these vows, you have declared that you are ready to begin this lifetime adventure together. Please join hands, face each other, take a deep breath together. Relish this moment for all time. It is yours alone forever. I hope you always regard this decision as the best of your life. Do you, Abby, take Drew to be your lawfully wedded husband, to live together in matrimony, to love him, comfort him, honor and keep him in sickness and in health, in sorrow and in joy, to have and to hold from this day forward as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Do you, Drew, take Abby to be your lawfully wedded wife, to live together in matrimony, to love her, comfort her, honor and keep her, in sickness and in health, in sorrow and in joy, to have and to hold from this day forward as long as you both shall live?
I do.
You've both chosen to wear rings as a reminder of these promises and to show the world that you are united. Kellen is standing by with them. They will become symbols of everything you have expressed and felt today, becoming more precious with each day you spend together and wear them. Your rings say that even in your uniqueness, you have chosen to be bound together. Let these rings also be a sign that love has substance as well as soul, a present as well as a past, and that despite its occasional sorrows, love is a circle of happiness, wonder, and contentment. May these rings remind you always of the vows you have taken here today. Drew, can you place the ring on her finger and repeat after me? As this ring encircles your finger,
As this ring encircles your finger,
so will my love
so will my love
forever encircle you.
forever encircle you.
You will never walk alone.
You will never walk alone.
My heart will be your shelter.
My heart will be your shelter.
My arms will be your home.
My arms will be your home.
We will walk through life as partners
We will walk through life as partners
and best friends.
and best friends.
I promise to do my best
I promise to do my best
to love, cherish, and accept you
to love, cherish, and accept you
just the way you are.
just the way you are.
I give you my heart
I give you my heart
until the end of time.
until the end of time.
Abby, place the ring on Drew's finger and repeat after me. As this ring encircles your finger,
As this ring encircles your finger,
so will my love
so will my love
forever encircle you.
forever encircle you.
You will never walk alone.
You will never walk alone.
My heart will be your shelter.
My heart will be your shelter.
My arms will be your home.
My arms will be your home.
We will walk through life as partners
We will walk through life as partners
and best friends.
and best friends.
I promise to do my best
I promise to do my best
to love, cherish, and accept you
to love, cherish, and accept you
just the way you are.
just the way you are.
I give you my heart
I give you my heart
until the end of time.
until the end of time.
Everything and everyone we truly love becomes a part of us forever. While you are still the brilliant individuals you were when you arrived here today, your two lives have now become one. Because you have exchanged your vows before these witnesses, have pledged your commitment to each other, and have declared the same by exchanging rings, by the power vested in me by the state of Washington, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Always gotta do three.
Always gotta do three.
Please face your family and friends for a moment. And on March 3rd, 2021, I present to you for the first time Mr. and Mrs. Watley. Woohoo! And if you guys can step a little bit towards the camera, a little closer. And Kellen, can you come and place your left hand on Drew's right shoulder? I don't know if we're in frame. I guess we should check that. And Christy, place your right hand on Abby's left shoulder. Left hand on her right shoulder. Yeah, sorry. And as we all take a moment to acknowledge and bless this union together, we promise to support you both and the home you will build together, the home you carry within you, wherever life takes you. We wish you adventure, fun, and a lifetime of love. You're married!
Thank you so much.
Wow. Oh.